Spoiler warning for Marvel Secret Invasion. The first episode of Marvel Secret Invasion is finally out, and while I did enjoy the show, I love the tone of it, I love the characters, I love the writing so far, there's a part of the series that's receiving some backlash. The show has made the decision to have its opening credits be AI generated. I was enjoying the opening scene of the show, the one with Ross, and then the opening credits rolled in, and as I was watching, I just thought, oh my god, is this AI generated? Because it looked AI. The way it rendered the hands and like the faces, I was like, the way the video was playing too, the way it was being rendered, I was like, is this AI generated? And I had to pause and had to like, what? And I was right. The producers of the show have confirmed that the opening credits are AI, and a lot of people, including myself, have a lot of problems with that. First of all, I get it. I get what they were trying to do. I get that the creators of the show, they probably thought that the show is about Skrulls, it's about secretly invading humanity. I get, the artistic intent, shall we say, that the producers had for doing this for the opening credits. The show has themes involving the imitation of humanity and the question of whether or not something is authentically human. It's like the show with the Skrulls imitating the humans. I get that. I get what they thought they were trying to do, thematically. But just because I get it, that also doesn't mean that it doesn't make it like a cliched, obvious, and boring choice, especially considering the industry climate right now surrounding artists and AI-generated images. It feels, and giving them a lot of credit, when you give them a lot of credit, it feels at best such an uninformed and tone-deaf choice, and at worst, it feels incredibly anti-artist. A lot of artists right now are worried that the industry would replace their work with AI. AI is faster, it's cheaper, it's easier to manipulate, and you can see why some dumb Hollywood executive who only cares about money would prefer AI than actual real human artists. Actual art from human artists take more time and probably require more money, and Hollywood executives just aren't all about that. They're all about speed and profit and cutting costs. So at a time like this, when there's a conflict between artists finding work and AI taking potential jobs from them, choosing to not only commission AI generated work, but also feature it as such a prominent part of the show, the opening credits, it feels like such a slap in the face of actual human artists. I'm pretty sure other studios would see this and think, well, Disney Marvel did it, so let's do it too. And for artists, I think that's just soul-crushing. And it's so ironic and stupid and dehumanizing that this is not only coming from Disney, but also Disney Marvel. Two companies that wouldn't be where they are now if it weren't for artists. Human artists. Disney and Marvel owe a lot of what they have, if not everything that they have today, to artists. Comic book artists, 3D artists, cartoonists, animators, writers, colorists, VFX artists, and etc. All human, not AI. And I'm sure a lot of artists are heartbroken to see them endorse and legitimize AI at a scale like this. They're a billion-dollar company. They could afford to pay their artists, especially when those artists played a huge part in making them the billion-dollar company that they are today. AI-generated imagery or text is not and will never be art. It's kind of funny and interesting, though. When I was studying accountancy, there was a threat that the jobs of accountants would be replaced by AI. And that should be what AI should be doing, I think. AI should be replacing tedious, repetitive, soul-crushing processes and jobs like bookkeeping, not art. No, this is the one job that AI should not be replacing. And besides the moral issue, there's also the fact that the opening credits is just, it's pretty ugly. Compare the opening credits of Secret Invasion to something like Game of Thrones or The Crown. Those are some pretty iconic opening credits, and they're all man-made and beautiful, and no AI was involved in making that. This is trash, and I don't want to see that. I enjoyed the first episode of Secret Invasion. I really did. I think I'm gonna, this is a show that I really love tonally. It's a spy thriller. I'm in. I love that. But I really couldn't get behind this choice of involving AI, especially in the opening credits. That's such a huge part of the show. It's weird, it's ugly, and it's just plain fucking hurtful.